You ever thought that you might be bipolar, or that your partner might be bipolar, or maybe even your dog's bipolar? Am I bipolar? Hey, stick around, we're going to talk about that. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to So How Does That Make You Feel? My name is Kyle Summers. I'm a licensed professional counselor and I'm back with another video that's going to try to help you become a better version of yourself. Today's video is all about bipolar disorder. So when I was thinking about the topic and I was kind of wondering, what I was going to exactly do about bipolar, was it going to be an educational video? So I did what I think most YouTubers do, and I did a little bit of research to see what kind of content is out there. And I can tell you that I'm blown away by the vast majority of videos that I saw regarding bipolar disorder. What I found was clinicians, licensed clinicians, whether it be counselors, psychiatrists, what have you, that what they did, even if it wasn't intentional, they are perpetuating the same problem that they claim that they're trying to resolve. What I saw in a lot of videos is that they're going to list out several of the diagnostic criteria, and the video is created in such a way where someone could mistaken the things that they go through for the diagnostic criteria that they're listing out. A lot of times I would see thumbnails where they have like a face where it's just like the title of the video is, do you have bipolar disorder? And it's got like a weird scared little face. To give you an example, they would list out certain symptoms like impulsivity or racing thoughts when they were talking about mania, and then they would talk about difficulty getting out of bed, low energy, poor appetite when they're talking about depression. And it was normally in the context of, here are the signs to look out for. There are so many reasons why someone might be behaving impulsively, why someone might be having racing thoughts, why they're having difficulty getting out of bed, why they have poor energy, why their appetite is disruptive. And their videos, and not to say all of them, and I don't want to generalize to all of them. I'm not going to even list out the ones that I saw because that wouldn't be productive, and I don't believe in just shaming someone on the internet because again, it's just my opinion. But it's no better than WebMD. If you have a headache and you type in, what is the cause of my headache, and you go to WebMD, you're going to find tons of potential diagnosis that means you're about to die of some incurable death. And it creates this fear in us that what we have is something that is horribly bad, horribly wrong, and I need to get an answer very quickly. It just further creates a stigma and issues associated with bipolar disorder for the people that truly have bipolar disorder and the general population that don't understand bipolar disorder. So first things first, you got to understand it's not that common. Despite what you think, true bipolar diagnosis, occurs in about 2 to 3% of the population in the United States. That's it. In your circle of people that you might know 2, 3, or even more people that have been diagnosed bipolar, and you begin thinking that it's all over the place. It's really like 50% of the population, possibly even more, that have bipolar disorder. And one of the things you need to understand, and just kind of thinking of it in terms of statistics, is that you can't generalize to the great population just on a small subsample. But aside from that, the bigger issue is that it is way overdiagnosed. And a big problem why I think that is whether it's through self-diagnosis or other clinicians that are diagnosing others, they don't spend enough time to understand the symptoms in the context that they occur. If I'm behaving impulsively, that is a symptom of mania, but I could be behaving impulsively for a number of different reasons. It could be that I like immediate gratification, and if I try something new and it doesn't meet my expectations that were super high, I may quit that. I may make brash decisions on limited information because I'm just wired to want things to happen immediately, and I don't know how, or I haven't learned how to delay gratification. So on the surface, that's impulsivity, but that has nothing to do with the impulsivity that occurs with people that have bipolar disorder. So bottom line, bipolar disorder is not that common. Okay? So instead of talking about what bipolar is, because I think that's what a lot of the videos I saw, what their intention was to give the viewer an idea of signs to look out for and things like that. But I don't think that's beneficial. I think that just continues to perpetuate the problem that I see as a clinician, as a licensed professional counselor, and just as a citizen of the world. And so what bipolar isn't, it is not mood swings. People say all the time, oh, I have, these dramatic mood swings, or my friend or someone I know, their just mood is up and down. One minute they're happy, next minute they're angry. Hey, they're human. Those are normal human range of emotions. We can go from angry to sad to fearful, back to normal, back to angry in a matter of minutes, and it be completely normal in the grand scheme of things. It does not mean that you have some diagnosable illness, but a lot of times when you see those mood swings one way or the other, it could be that one of the emotions that you're first seeing is the emotion that they're using to cover up the primary emotion, and once they've kind of got that out of their system, then you're left with what the primary emotion is, and you think, oh, the mood just swing. No, that's just that they were trying to cover up their emotion because of one reason or another. Sometimes people can be highly emotionally reactive. So when a trigger happens, their emotional response goes from 0 to 100 very quickly. And that can be associated with bipolar, but that in of itself is not bipolar disorder. That's something completely different. Another thing that people with bipolar are not, they're not scary and they're not dangerous. Somebody with bipolar disorder is much more likely to hurt themselves than anybody else. There's no statistics that I've ever read that shows a propensity for violence being greater with somebody who has bipolar disorder. Another thing that I feel is another problem with the current state of where we're at with understanding bipolar disorder is that it is not the root cause of every negative emotion that someone with bipolar disorder may experience. And a lot of times what will happen is that someone who truly is diagnosed with bipolar and does have those difficulties, if they're having a bad day, you'll have a loved one or a friend, family member, somebody, and possibly with good intention, conclude that the reason they're feeling that way is because of their bipolar. And no, you can have a bad day or a good day with or without bipolar. It's not the end-all be-all to explain everything that person goes through. Someone who truly has bipolar, when they begin to feel any kind of depression, they're going to automatically think that it's because of neurotransmitters in their brain, and that it's just the natural ebb and flow of bipolar disorder, and they need to go in and see a doctor to get an adjustment on their medication. And it may very well have nothing to do with their bipolar disorder. It may be that they're experiencing something, they need to talk to someone about it. Family members, stop treating bipolar like it's the end-all be-all to explain everything that's going on with that individual. Stop inquiring if they've taken their medication if they're having a bad day, because a lot of times what that's going to do is that's going to create an unhealthy relationship with their medication. They begin to resent their medication because it's like they come to you and they say, you know, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling this way, and you say, have you taken your medicine? That's going to come across as completely dismissive of what they're experiencing. And so they're going to, and a lot of times, resent their medication, when in fact, if someone has bipolar, they should be taking medication because it is a medical disorder. It is a imbalance of neurotransmitters in your brain, and in order to get on a level playing field, you're going to need the right medication to kind of help balance those out. If we create an atmosphere where they begin to resent the medications because of how we communicate with them, they may stop taking it and continue to experience the difficulties that they wouldn't have to otherwise if they were on the medication. Yeah, Kyle, I'm just going through a lot. I recently got divorced. I lost my job. I'm just feeling really down and don't understand what to make of it all. Okay, so you're going through a lot right now, difficulties in your relationship and lost your job. Definitely sounds like we need to up the lithium this time. Alright, that should do the trick. Another thing, stop referring to everything as bipolar. You know, the weather is bipolar, my dog is bipolar. We have a problem in this society where it has become common to refer to anything as having two ends of extreme as being bipolar. And this is something I saw just the other day in a news report on the weather section of it, where they talked about Texas weather being bipolar. And it's just like, yeah, all they were doing is explaining that when you wake up it's going to be cold and by mid-afternoon it's going to be hot. Okay, so you're going to have a complete dichotomy of the weather that day. But when you use bipolar such as this, what you're actually doing is you're minimizing the impact it has on people that truly have it. When you just flippantly toss it around and use it as this verb. Bottom line, everybody, if you're going through difficulties, if you're going through repeated patterns where you're feeling depressed or you're behaving in ways that is causing difficulties in your life, go talk to someone about it. Go talk to your doctor, go talk to a psychologist, go talk to a counselor, and allow him or her to help you unravel what you're going through and figure out what's going to help you, deal with it. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I apologize if you came to this video hoping to walk away with a definitive diagnosis on whether or not you have bipolar or not. My biggest recommendation is if you are having difficulties and it's impacting your life, just go talk to somebody. If you enjoyed this video and this kind of content, hey, let me know about it. Hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, hit subscribe and the notification bell, and you'll be the first in line to catch the next video that I do, or again, just trying to help you become a better version of yourself. Alright guys, y'all have a great one. I'll see you next time.